Hey everyone, my name is Saad. Last month I've made $81,000 building and selling sales automations purely built in Make.com. In this video, I'm going to show you an incredibly simple automation that helped me hit that 81K by solving one big problem, which was instantly replying to every interested lead, making sure I never miss a single deal. So by the end of this video, you're going to have a step-by-step blueprint to build out this entire system yourself, even if you've never used Make.com before. You'll never miss a single lead, save hours of time, and close deals faster. So if that's something you guys want to do yourself, stay tuned and let's get into it. Before we get started, I will explain to you why this automation is incredibly important and how it has enabled me to essentially close every deal faster. So this automation solves one big problem, which is responding to every interested lead quickly. Responding to every lead quickly is the most important aspect of closing any single deal. When someone shows interest, they're most excited right at that moment, not tomorrow, not in a few hours, right now. So your job is to reply quickly to every interested lead or even lukewarm leads and essentially nurture them into getting on a call with you so you can go ahead and close them. The worst thing you can do is delay your reply. If you wait too long, your ability to book them is 50% lower. So your job is to reply to leads as quickly as possible, and this automation will add every single lead that shows interest in your service, in your CRM, then sends you a text message to your phone so you can quickly reply to your interested leads. Now let's go to the Make.com system so I can walk you through the automation and how it works. So the system works this way. We are watching every notification that comes from instantly. We are basically feeding every lead's reply, right, to Claude, which is our AI model. And then Claude is going to basically retrieve the engagement of each lead. So if it's interested, it's going to output interested. And then if it's basically, if the lead wants more info, it's going to output lead wants more info. Then when parsing the interest, we're basically just restructuring the data. And then we having a router. So the router works this way. We have two categories that we are interested in: leads that are interested and leads that are lukewarm but need more information, basically. So we're adding everything to our CRM, and then we're basically sending ourselves a text message using a platform called Twilio. Okay guys, so this is how the system works. Now let's go ahead and build out the entire system, and I'm gonna explain to you each platform in detail. So the first thing what we're gonna do is basically go to Make.com. We're gonna close this window. We're going to create new scenario and then go to your Instantly account. Click login, just log in your account. Go to settings and then go to integration and go to webhooks, right? And click on create webhook. You can name this whatever you want, but you're going to go to make and then look for instantly, which is going to be watch events, and then click create ad. We can name this YouTube example. Click save, and then you're gonna copy this URL, go back to your instantly, paste that in here. Event type is going to be all events, and you're gonna decide which campaign you want to use. I'm gonna click on all campaigns and click create webhook. Now, every time a lead replies, I'm going to receive the notification here. So this is going to act like a webhook. Since I don't have a campaign running in the background now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to act as in a webhook. The way we're going to do this, we're going to go and look for set multiple variables. So this is going to act like a trigger, so we can receive the information from. So typically the information that you're going to get from every interested lead response and instantly is going to be first name. So let's say, for example, Saad, my name, and then variable name, last name. It's going to be email again, email. Let's use our email. Let's add another item, will be company name. So the company name of the lead. So it's going to be, let's do Maya process. And then another thing that we're gonna have is the campaign ID. So let's just use a random number. And then we're also gonna have the campaign name. And then let's, for example, let's name this B2B SaaS Founders. Another thing that we were gonna have to retrieve will be the lead reply. For example, a lead might say, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm interested in learning more about what you offer, right? So I'm gonna click on run once, and then we're gonna retrieve all that information. Then we can feed it into our CRM, and then basically use it and send ourselves basically a text message in our phone. And I'm gonna show you the entire notification once we receive that. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is basically add this information into our CRM. Now the CRM that I'm gonna use is going to be ClickUp. You can use any CRM. You can use Monday.com. You could use basically Pipedrive, whatever you like. So I'm just going to use ClickUp. And then let's sign up to a new account. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So basically ClickUp is a CRM, a project management tool where you can add leads, track the leads, track follow-ups, basically making sure you never miss a deal. I'm going to click on sign up. And then what I'm going to do is basically, let's look for continue with Google. Maybe, let's see if this is still valid. Sign up. Okay, so I need to sign up with this one. Okay, so continue with Google. Awesome. So I'm just gonna skip through the onboarding. I'm done. Next, finish. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is basically in ClickUp you have a space. Thank you, ClickUp. And you have your lists, basically like a list where you can add tasks, right? Now, let me explain to you how this works. Let me remove everything that I have here. I'm just gonna delete projects. And then I'm just gonna create a list. So I'm just gonna name this, for example, pipeline. Create. Now I have a list. In this list, I can essentially add whatever I want. I can add anything, and I can basically track everything here as a task. It could be a task. It could be anything really, guys. It could be a name, a lead, anything that you want, essentially. So for example, if I add in a lead name, which is my name, for example, I can basically add in a bunch of information, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So let me remove all of these, clicking on hide column, right? So I'm going to click on this plus button, and I'm going to look for field, which is going to be text field. And in the text field, I'm going to add in the campaign ID. Click on this plus button again, look for text, and it's going to be campaign name. Another thing that we want is email field. Click on email, and it's going to be email. And then what do we want? We want, again, the company name, which is going to be a text field. Company name. Another thing that we need is basically the, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, we need a drop-down field. Basically, a drop-down field is kind of like a stage where whenever a lead enters that pipeline, right? That pipeline, which is your CRM, it's going to be in a stage such as, for example, like interested, not interested, lead booked, closed. So I'm just going to name this engagement, and it's going to be interested, wants more information. And I'm just gonna color this as green and the other one as green too. Click create. And another thing that we need to add is date created. So the date where this task is created, so we can know when the lead has been added. Click date created, and then the engagement, I'm just gonna put the engagement here. So if I click on interested, it's gonna be interested here, right? So let me fix the theme of this because I like the black, because my soul is dark. So this is the one I'm gonna be using. So essentially, now that I have this, I can go back to my make, and I'm gonna click on this plus button, and I'm gonna look for ClickUp, right? So look for ClickUp, create a task. The module is going to be create a task. And now what you have to do is click on add, and then let's name this YouTube tutorial, click save. And it's very easy to connect to your ClickUp account to make.com. You're just gonna click on connect ClickUp, and it's going to be this one, connect workspace, and you essentially now connected it without the need of any API key, without the need of anything. So I'm gonna map in my workspace, which is this one. If you go, you will see that this is the name. Space is going to be team space because the team space is this one right here, team space. If I go back, folder is folder lists because there is no folder, right? There is no folder. There's just a list, a space in a list. And then the list is going to be pipeline, right? So task name is going to be the first name and the last name, right? Map that here. And then basically the content is the reply of the lead. And then what I'm going to do is I will go back to campaign name, right? So campaign name is going to be campaign name. Company name is going to be company name. The engagements, right? So we need to add one thing before we add in the engagement, guys. And I'm going to explain to you why. So the email is going to be email. And then campaign ID is going to be campaign ID. And I'm going to click on OK, right? Now, let me delete this task by clicking on this button right here and delete this trash icon. And then I'm going to click on run once. And if I go back, I added the lead automatically. Awesome. So now, since I have the lead, I need to add the drop down field. What we want is basically retrieve the lead's engagement. And the way we're going to do this is basically feed in this lead's reply into an AI model. So I'm just going to use Claude, which is create a prompt by Entropic, which is our language model that we're going to be using. I'm going to use Sonnet, max tokens 3060. And then I'm just going to use something like, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some prompt engineering, which is pretty easy. You don't have to be a crazy prompt engineer. You just have to basically talk to these models in an extremely simple way. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give you an extremely simple way to write your prompt. So I'm just going to go to ChatGPT just to make it extremely simple. I'm going to say, hey, write a prompt for Claude that categorizes each lead's reply to interested and wants more information only and only these two categories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to basically edit this. So categorize each lead's reply into one of the following categories. Interested, if the leads express interest, shows interest without asking more details. And then please ensure each only replies falling into these two categories are being accordingly. Output the result only in the correct JSON with no additional text. And then what I'm going to do is basically feed in the reply here. And then I'm going to add a JSON, parse JSON to restructure the data. And then I'm going to feed in the data, such as text response. Click OK. And then I'm going to unlink this so I don't create a new duplicate task. Click run once. And then I have an error. So JSON. So what I'm going to do is into categories, interested. Please ensure that only replies into these two categories. Output the results only in the correct result of the result, which will be either interested or wants more information in the correct JSON. Click OK. Let's run once again. Okay, now we have the information, which is wants more information. Now what I want to do is basically add a router, which is going to be a router. And then I'm going to create a task. I'm going to copy, paste, auto align this. And then now before we do that, I'm going to add in a filter. So condition results equal leads wants more information. And then the next filter is going to be condition interested. Awesome. So this one is interested and this one wants more info. So now I can basically engagement will be interested. And this one is going to be wants more information. Awesome. Engagement wants more information. Now I can basically just add in the task. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. Go back, run once. So let's see, result. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have to basically do a little bit more prompt engineer. So interested, if the lead expresses interest, output the result only, output the results, which will be either and I'm gonna do correct JSON results. And then let's see. Awesome. So now if the lead is interested, we added this. So it's going to be wants more information. Let me fix this. Awesome. Now if I go back and I change this, which is going to be, hey, I want, please book a call on my calendar, for example. Let's see. So now if I click on run once, I'm going to have lead that is basically interested. So if I go back, I'll have lead interested. Awesome. So now that I have this, I can basically send myself a text message. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use a platform called Twilio. Now, Twilio is extremely simple, guys. All you have to do is sign up and they're going to give you $15 of basically credits, which is pretty awesome. Once you sign up to Twilio, you're going to have basically a trial. So what you need to do now, right, is basically go in and copy this account SSD, copy and go back to your Make and basically look for Twilio, right? Create a message. And it's going to be send phone number to, and then to, basically this is your phone number. So I'm going to put my phone number right here and make sure you add the plus, right? Always add the plus and your country code. So I'm going to add in my number right here, which I'm going to blur. And then for the body, I'm going to basically do some copywriting. New interested lead generated. And then what I'm going to do is I will map in the first name or full name, company, email, and then lead reply. So I can have an idea on what the lead said. So I can just go ahead and reply to them as quickly as possible without having to basically log in into my Instantly account. So I'm going to click on leads reply, and the full name is going to be first name and the last name. The company will be the company name. The email will be the email. Right? I can even add the campaign name, so I can know which campaign, which is going to be campaign, not campaign ID, campaign name. Okay, so now that I have this, I can click on OK, and I can just paste that in here again. And then I'm gonna auto-align this, save this, and basically I will just take my phone. So I'm gonna basically click on run once. And then I just received the text message, which is right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show a screenshot, which is this one. I'm gonna show a screenshot in the screen. So we just received a text message. Now I can go ahead and just reply to every lead instantly. Now that we received a reply in our instantly, we managed to add this into our CRM, right? So we added our CRM. So let me like delete all of this. So we added everything to our CRM basically. Now I can go ahead into my CRM and track every lead. And I also have the text message, so I can just go ahead and reply to every lead quickly. So there you go, guys. This is a simple make.com system that will allow you to reply to every lead instantly, and making sure you never leave any juice in the table, and go ahead and close those deals faster. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.